I don't know why I have such a problem finishing series, but this video is to keep myself accountable. So, ooh, books. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Theo, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the series that I have that are ongoing that I can't seem to finish, or for some reason haven't been able to finish as of yet. These are top priority items, series that I want to finish over the next couple months. Regardless of what happens, these are the ones that I'm going to finish soon. Last year, I started my journey into the Realm of the Elderlings by Rob and Hobb. There's nothing that I can say that hasn't already been said on book 2, probably more articulately than I can. And I happen to fall into the category of people that really like these books, despite the slow burn and character focus. Her prose are some of the best that I've ever read. And there are times when I'd go back and just reread passages because they're so beautiful. She's just such an incredible writer. So I read Assassin's Apprentice, and then I read Royal Assassin, and I loved both books. At the end of Royal Assassin, I was left wanting to jump right into the next one, the final book of the trilogy. But for some reason, I don't know if it's because subconsciously I just wanted to savor it and drag it out a little bit, or if I just got distracted with other books, but I have yet to finish the last book of the trilogy. I have these beautiful hardcover illustrated editions, and they're just gorgeous, and I read directly out of these because they're so nice. And this series now has become one of my priority items. I have to finish it. I have it scheduled for next month. And of course, as soon as I'm done that one, I'm going to be jumping in as soon as I can to the live ship traders. I have these beautiful UK paperbacks. So I'm excited to continue with Robin Hobb. She's just an incredible writer. And over the course of next year, I'll try and finish up the entire Realm of the Elderlings, which is about 16 books, I think. And I'm excited because the live ship traders is supposed to be one of the best trilogies within this big series. So I'm excited to wrap up Farseer trilogy, find out what happens to Fitz and all the characters that we love, and then get right into this one. So hopefully in the next month or so, that one will be in the bag. Next on the list is the Raira Revelations series by Michael J. Sullivan. I have read the first 2 books, and these are split up. These were originally published as 6 books, but now they come published as 3 volumes with sort of 2 books each. So I've read the first 2 volumes, which contain the first 4 books, and I have the 3rd volume to finish here. This is Heir of Novron. So far I've had a blast following Royce and Adrian. Their story is awesome. I love the friendship. It's all the stuff you typically want in fantasy. The world building is great. The characters are compelling. The narrative moves along. The story is pretty fun. And overall, it doesn't take itself too seriously. And it's a great book to fit in between longer fantasy series. It's been touted as a palate cleanser. It's perfect. It's not too dense. These are easy to fly through. And for some reason, I honestly don't really know why I stopped. I was pretty satisfied with the ending of the 2nd volume, and I think I just wanted to fit in some other stuff. I have this problem where I get near the end of a series and I'm already excited for the next one, and sometimes I leave the last book because, again, I feel like I have this subconscious fear, not fear, but I want to savor the last bit of each one, and it hasn't really been working for me. I need to wrap these up as soon as possible. That's what this video is about. Again, I'm hoping to fit this in the next month or 2. It is not as high priority as the Realm of the Elderlings, as the Farseer trilogy. I can't wait to get back to Hobb. I've heard a little bit of mixed reviews on Assassin's Quest, notwithstanding that one is my top priority item. Although Michael J. Sullivan, I'm excited to finish this one because what do I have next? I have the Raira Chronicles to jump right into. It's the 4-book prequel quadrilogy. I'm not sure what to call it, but it's 4 books. The story is before Raira Revelations, the story of kind of how Royce and Adrian met. So that would be really fun because after that, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a signed stack of Legends of the First Empire, which is sort of, I think it takes place like thousands of years before the world that we explore in the Raira series. So that one is sitting there. It's a beautiful signed set, and I'm excited to read those after. I don't know when I'll get to those ones. The priority here would be the Raira stuff. Revelations first, and then the Chronicles. But either way, I just got to wrap up this one. This one is next on my list for Raira, and that one will be in the bag. Next up, at the time that you're seeing this video, I will have started finally the 3rd book of the Nevernight trilogy by Jay Kristoff. And this is one that I'm buddy reading with my friend Steph, and the first 2 books flew by. I loved Nevernight, I loved God's Grave, and now we're getting to Dark Dawn, and I can't wait to start it. I'm hoping to start it at the tail end of this week so that over the weekend I'll be fully immersed in it, reading it with my friend and be able to talk about it a little bit. And this is another one where I read the first 2 and I've had to fit in some read-alongs and that kind of thing. We went on our honeymoon, and honestly I've just been slacking. So by the time you see this video, I should be reading that 3rd book, and I have no doubt that I'll be flying through it. Jay Kristoff's writing is really clever, really funny. The dialogue is awesome. I think Nevernight is a little bit misrepresented on BookTube. I've so far had a blast with it, and I can't wait to wrap up the Nevernight trilogy because I have this up next, which is the Empire of the Vampire, this beautiful illustrated UK cover edition. And yes, that is Mylar because we're all nerds here. You know exactly why I did this. Don't pretend like you're not jealous of this. So yeah, Jay Kristoff, excited to wrap up your books. I've heard nothing but good things about the Empire of the Vampire. Can't wait to jump into that one as soon as I can. But Nevernight takes priority. Dark Dawn is coming up in the next couple days. So hopefully I can look back on this video next week and be happy that I've made some progress. One that I wasn't going to talk about, but that I'm slipping in, is the final book of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. It is the 3rd book of the trilogy, which is basically a 2-part. It's actually so big that it was split into 2 books, but it's the 3rd book of that trilogy called To Green Angel Tower. And if you saw my Mexico reading / travel vlog, I mentioned that I've been reading this one for a while now. I'm lagging really far behind in the read along. I think this one was wrapped up at the end of the month last month. If not, it's supposed to be fully wrapped up by the end of this month, and I'm about halfway through. And to be honest, again, I don't really know why. The first book was exactly what I was hoping it would be. It was a lot of world building, character development. We go on a bit of a quest. The ending was satisfying, makes you want to jump into the next book. The next book was a little bit slow for me, but I enjoyed what was happening. But anyway, that one is one that I have to wrap up. That one, for some reason, hasn't taken a whole lot of priority. I've jumped on The Shadow of What Was Lost, and I'm enjoying that one quite a bit. So I'm kind of breezing through this one. And I will finish To Green Angel Tower hopefully in the next couple days. So that's not really on the list. That one's one that I'm going to be finishing. I know I'll be finishing it, but it's also one that for some reason I've been slacking on, and I have to put that trilogy behind me because I hear the ending is pretty good. And I can't wait to find out what happens with Simon and Binnabic and all their friends. So that one will be done as well pretty soon. And Steph, I promise, Nevernight, I'm on it very, very quickly. And the next one is a bit of a cheat because... I recently received The Hunger of the Gods, which is the sequel to The Shadow of the Gods, which I really, really enjoyed. And if you know me, you know I love John Gwynne. I remember reading the 4 books in the Faithful and the Fallen set. I have them right here. And I have a bit of a soft spot for these books because I remember reading them when I had COVID and had such a blast with it. And I've been itching to get back into the Banished Lands with the Of Blood and Bone trilogy. I think the first book is A Time of Dread. And this is one that I really, really want to hop right back into. I know that this is a separate trilogy. This is a sequel trilogy that takes place after the events of the first books, with different characters and that sort of thing. Now, I know that these two are not connected. This is a totally different, this is the Bloodsworn Saga. This is a completely different series, different world, all that kind of thing. Having read the first one, getting the second one in the mail, it just makes me want to read John Gwynne so bad. I'm going to read The Hunger of the Gods and maybe do a review on it because I really enjoyed the first one. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as the first couple books of The Faithful and the Fallen, but I hear that this one gets better. So once I finish the Bloodsworn Saga and get caught up to date with this second book, I'm going to jump right back into the Banished Lands with the Of Blood and Bone series because John Gwynne has become one of my favorite fantasy authors writing today. So anyway, that is it. Those are the top priorities series I have to finish. I don't know why I've left so many of them incomplete, but I vowed to myself and to you that these are going to get wrapped up in the next little while as soon as possible. So anyway, that's it for me. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it, and I will catch you on the next one.